What's up guys? Welcome back. If you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Morgan. I make YouTube videos talking about my career change to UX design. I talk about how you can change your career to UX design and the pain of existence. If that kind of content interests you, make sure to hit subscribe. So about 2 weeks ago, I hit the 1 year mark at my job. So I have officially been a UX designer for more than 1 year. Go me. If you don't know my story, I went to school for international business. I joined the marketing field at first. 2020 rolled around. I was getting ready to graduate. I needed to decide, am I going to do marketing full time? I really didn't like it. So at the same time I was graduating, the pandemic rolled around and I was furloughed. I took that as an opportunity to start my own digital strategy LLC. I met with a lot of small businesses. I did free consultations to determine what do I actually care about, like what do I think matters. And long story short, I found that all roads lead back to good UX design. I joined Career Foundry in November of 2020. Link in description if you want 5% off your Career Foundry bootcamp. I completed that bootcamp in 6 months, and then it took me about 6 months of learning how to interview properly, stop going down the course rabbit hole, and actually getting my hands dirty with some projects to land my dream job at Vanguard. If you don't know, Vanguard is one of the biggest financial services companies in the world. Love working there. I love talking about money and investing, and it was just a really good fit. So I've been working there for a year now. I have loved every second of it. It has truly been an amazing experience. And I'm gonna talk to you about things that I learned in the past year, some advice I can share with you, and where am I going next. So let's jump right into it. The first thing I learned very quickly is that personality, attitude, and soft skills matter a lot more than design chops. Really, not just in a like feel good type of way where it's like, oh, well, we care about the people that we hire type of thing. No, what I've actually learned is that people who are positive, have a really good attitude, are eager to learn, and are really good communicators, which is like the most important soft skill I've witnessed. It affects the workflow, right? So if someone doesn't know how to communicate, someone doesn't know how to work with other people, they're going to affect the workflow. Other people are not going to be able to get their job done. And this is the perspective of working for a big company with hundreds of designers, all these different UX roles. At a smaller company, maybe if you're the only designer, then working with people might not be so important, but at a big company it really is. So if you are working on your case studies or you're working on a school project or something, like those experiences, when interviewers ask you like what was a time that you disagreed with someone, sorry, I just hit my microphone. What was the time that you had to work with a difficult personality? What's the time that you had to deal with a fast approaching deadline or something went wrong? That's why they care about that. They want to see how you deal with that stuff, because at a big company, it really is the people working together, especially if you're working in sort of like an agile, autonomous environment. You have to know how to work. You need to know like how to put together a workflow for yourself, sometimes even a workflow for your team. So that's really important to take into consideration. So as you're working on your projects, think about those interpersonal relationships that you have. If you're not actually working with anyone, still prepare as if you're going to hand off everything to a developer. There's videos and articles about how to do that. I'm still working on that myself, but documentation, organization, all very important. The next thing that I learned is that stakeholder relationships are king. This is how you get your name around. This is how you get invited into special projects. This is how, like if your manager hears from another manager, like, oh yeah, like that Bethany, like she participates in these meetings, what she's working on seems really exciting, like awesome job, like other people are going to your manager about you, like saying positive things, then that's pretty good, right? So, that puts you in a much better position to be pulled into bigger projects, be given more responsibility, and ultimately be taken more seriously, and hopefully that'll lead into things like raises and promotions. Make sure to participate in meetings, big or small. Make sure to set up one-on-ones, obviously with all of your teammates, but also any higher-ups that maybe they said something that interested you, and just shoot them a message or an email and just be like, hi, I thought that what you were talking about was really interesting. I'd love to talk to you about it further. Do you have time during lunch, or do you want to set up like 20 minutes, 30 minutes to talk about this? And just more and more people are going to get to know you, and it's sort of like a domino effect. And then at some point, people are going to just know who you are. That started happening to me, like a very higher up. I introduced myself to him, and he was like, oh yeah, I know who you are. And I was like, oh no. And he's like, no, it's good things. So yeah, it's because I talk to a lot of people. Another bit of advice is to ask coworkers for help and advice. I don't have a design degree, obviously, but a lot of my coworkers do, or they've been in the industry for a long time. And so they have access to resources and like websites and inspiration, and they just offer a different way of thinking. So asking people for advice, maybe your UI design is really strong, but you're not very good at setting up a proper workflow for yourself. Like, ask people for help. It's important, and they're going to want you to do your best. I also advise learning skills that are outside of your job description. This is really good for career momentum when you figure out what you want to do next. Maybe you want to stay a UX designer forever. That's cool. I probably want to move into something more like a UX producer or UX strategist, or maybe down the line a manager. So I took courses about project management. I've been reading books about project management. I got Pro Kanban certified, which was pretty cool. And that will set me up in the future if I want to do a UX producer role, or I want to be a manager of some sort, because I've proven that I have taken the time to learn about project management, and now I just need to apply it to my workflow and show how things have changed. So focusing on things that will get you to the next level of, what you want to do. Like I said, if you want to stay a UX designer, maybe you want to move up to senior or a design lead or something like that. Have a conversation with your manager or a design lead or a senior UX designer and learn what you need to do in order to get to that place. The thing with jobs is that you in order to get promoted, it's like you already have to be doing the job that you want to be promoted to. So say if I wanted to be a UX producer, I would have to basically act as both a UX designer and a UX producer within my own team, and then sort of use that to be like, well, I want to be bumped up to this role. The last thing I want to say is to take advantage of education budgets. I've found that they are rarely used. Usually education budgets can be used for courses, books, exams, like my Pro Kanban exam, like it was paid for by the company. They also do a lot of workshops that are Vanguard, like, sponsors them, so you can go for free. Take advantage of all of this. I don't think I really need to explain why. Why would you not? So anyway, let's move into what am I doing next. So I am up for a promotion this year. I am a junior, and I just want to be the next level of UX designer. Your level isn't really in your title, so like it's not like I'm asking to be made like a senior designer. I just want to be like above a junior designer. I have a feeling that is going to happen. Obviously, nobody can make any guarantees about anything, but I think that my work speaks for itself. I've gotten my name out there. A lot of people know who I am, and I've become a point of contact for a lot of people. So I've sort of been doing the work of someone that is above a junior designer, as well as mentoring other junior designers. So I have very high hopes that I will get promoted in 2023. And if I do, then I'll make a video dedicated to how I was able to do that. The next thing is that I got accepted into grad school. So in fall of 2023, I will be going for my degree in human-computer interaction and user experience. I'm really excited because I'm definitely, as you guys know, not super visually focused. I'm not great at UI design. It's something that I am working on, but it's not my strength, and it's not something that I'm a natural at. A lot of the people that I work with have, art degrees, and their visual designs are stunning. So I usually come from a perspective of more like problem solving, thinking about business, data, more of like a more scientific approach to things. And that's what this degree is. And I'm very excited, and I can't wait to bring it back to my team because I feel like I'll be filling a little bit of a gap. And the last thing is that I have to move again. So the flexibility for our hybrid work model is sort of ending. We still only have to go in 3 days a week, but I just live too far away. I have to leave at 6 a.m. to get there, and it's not sustainable to do 3 days a week because I have to get up at 5, and then just the drive is pretty dangerous. I have to go over some bridges, and so I will be moving to be closer to the office next year. I don't know when, I don't know where, but I'm gonna have to move again. So not my favorite bit of news. I would really like if I could be moved to a remote role, but this is what I signed up for when I signed the contract. I signed up to relocate, so I can't complain too much, but I'm still going to push. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, that's a lot of what I learned. I obviously learned a lot more about how to work in a big company. If you guys have any specific questions or things you want to know more about, feel free to leave them in the comments. I will respond, or if I feel like I can make a video about it, I will. But this is just top of mind, what was most important to me that I learned in the past year. But I can say that the boot camp was totally worth it. Again, I have a code in my description if you want to do Career Foundry, but it really was worth it. I've already had a crazy return on my investment, so as my salary changes, that is also something that I will make a video on, is how much I make and how much I've made over the course of my career so far. I'll probably do that after I get promoted. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.